Hey everybody, it's Monkeypuzzle. Welcome to episode number 14 of Monkeypuzzling the CrackPack. And I've got some little buddies. I started making these in the last episode and ran out of time, and I was going to turn the rest of that footage into an episode, but I derped up so hard I was watching it. It just was not as entertaining as I would like it to be. So now I know a little bit more about what I'm doing. We can make some more golems, and I'll do that on camera today. Because I have another golem project I want to do. I wanted to finish them both in the last recording session, and I did not because I had ran into some difficulties. But anyway, we've got our little gather golem and our little harvest golem. And every time one of these essence berries ripens, the harvest golem comes and he harvests them and he throws them on the ground. And then the gather golem comes and picks up after them and puts them in this chest. Yeah, so we got lots of these accumulating. This is maybe the third or fourth time I've done this. I added some more tanks below, so that's one of the reasons why it's not all the way full. The other reason was there was some unauthorized... Oh, there it is. Go get him, gather golem. This guy, the harvest golem, makes such a mess. Get out the way. Alright, a little derpiness going on there. But there, he's got it, and he throws it in. Okay. Oops, not talking to you. There we go. That's one. One more. And there was some unauthorized use of my XP from one of the kids on the server, so we had to talk about that. But hopefully I should be able to fill it back up. No problem this way. I can get this automated to the point where I don't even have to do this, although I don't mind this part. It's pretty satisfying. It beats me having to harvest the berries a million billion times like I have been. Okay, so these top 9 are starting to fill up. You can see them registering now. I had to take out that little notch I had in here for harvesting down the side because the gather guy fell in it and I thought he was dead, and he was just way down there. So the other golem project I want to do today is getting them to automatically harvest the ender pearls that are up there. And to do that, I want to make some endstone. That's right, make some endstone. And way here at the end of the black book for Tinker's Construct, there is a recipe for endstone, liquefied ender and obsidian. Don't exactly know how to read this. I assume that we're going to melt both of these down in there to get the endstone, and then do it in these things, the whatever they're called, the casting basins, which are clogged up right now without quite enough sand. So she's gonna need to get some sand to finish that up. Looks like I won't need too much. Let's try just throwing 1 in there. And then hopefully we can melt that down and then melt these down. Let's do 16 of each at a time because I don't think I'm going to be able to throw all of those in. Yeah, any spaces left? No, that's just about it. And I've got tons of ender pearls right now. There's 45 of the ender lilies upstairs and been making good use of those. So we'll just make 48 endstone right now. Right now I've built up to 590 ender pearls, using quite a bit in various crafting recipes and such. But yeah, that's something I do every time I come on the server, and this was something else I would obsessively do, is harvest XP. So I'm trying to free myself up from that so I have time to do more projects. So let me see if that sand has finished up. There's one other thing we can do in the meantime. Something else I want to make is an electric chest out of mechanism. There we go, I got one. And make it like that in that recipe. And the cool thing about this, one of the cool things, is you can set a password. And I don't know if I want to set a password. Do I have to? I guess I do. Okay, let me see. We'll set an easy one right now because I'm not really trying to keep this secret. And locked or not locked? See, that's locked, unlocked. So okay, now I can open it every time And if I locked it like that, oh, and it needs power too. Oh, do I gotta put some power in it? Let's see, let's grab a couple of these and see if we need to charge it up. Okay, I didn't take much. Wonder if you can leave that in there. Looks like you can. Oh, and now it's locked. So now we have to put the very secret password in. I wonder if I can pick it up with that in it. Or do I have to use a wrench with these things? No. How do I pick it up? Because I want to show you what is cool about these. So, okay, let's unlock it. Let's take that out. And now can I pick it up? Yes, I can. What's cool about these, besides being able to be locked if you're trying to hide things from your server mates. Oh, that didn't work. Let me try it again. Let's see, do that in the air. Is you can open it while it's in your hand. So it's like an ender pouch or a bag of holding that you can just open from your hotbar. And it's bigger than an ender pouch. So, yep, the electric chest. And something I want to do with that in a minute. Hopefully we'll get there. And I bet you this is done over here. All right. So we've got the resonant end, or the molten glass. Let's take that out. This should, there we go, automatically clear out. No. Now it's filling up again. Okay, I'm back with take 2 of that because the first one didn't work out. Turns out, and I actually haven't tried this yet, but turns out you don't even have to melt the obsidian. You just place it in here. So that first one didn't place correctly for some reason. And then you just pour the liquefied ender pearls, calling it resonant ender in there right now. And ta-da! We have endstone. Excellent. And I can't automate this, at least the way I had it before. I took it apart because otherwise it would pull this obsidian out before I could do this. So I'm going to make all this into endstone without ever going to the end. And then I'll join you for the rest of this when I'm done. Oops, didn't want to do that. Okay, be right back. You get a block of ender or something like that when you do this. Yeah, what is that? Block of solid ender. Ooh, usable for beacon bases. Bases. How cool. Okay. 48 endstone. Very cool. See actually if I used all of that. Oh boy, there's a lot of that left. I'll have to turn those into blocks or something soon. But what I'm going to do with this is, if you don't know, the ender lilies grow much faster on endstone than they do on dirt. In here we have this little extra room from the Roguelike dungeon. I mean, there's tons of extra rooms really. And just have a bucket of the liquefied ender here. I think this is one we did in the magma crucible. Woo! Jump in it, get randomly teleported. But let's move that out the way now. That was fun. But enough of that. And yeah, that's just going to keep going all the way down. Let's put a torch in there, just so we don't get any mobs spawning down there. And cover this up. Oh, I need some more spruce wood logs. And by the way, we've got some baby wild turkeys living in our room right now. So if you hear some little peeps behind me, that's what it is. And nothing I can do about that. They got to be in here where it's warm. I was looking for some of these. So yeah, they're joining us for the episode today. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and lay these out in rows, and I'll see what the pattern looks like. I want to make it so I can walk around them, but mainly this is going to be for the golems to harvest at this point. So I'm going to play with this, and I'll meet you in a minute. Okay, got those laid out. Had to extend the room out a little bit. And by the way, I made myself a couple new hammers. This one, I used the name from last episode, -9. It's the first flex-powered tool that I have. Works pretty great. Got a whole bunch of stuff on it. And it's got silk touch as well. So that's a very cool hammer. And I also made this hammer, which I was trying to capitalize on hammers being good against the undead, and I thought maybe this would be a good wither killing tool, but it can't even one-hit zombies, so I think it's kind of useless. Much better off with the rapier I made in the intro of last episode. This one, I was thinking about calling it pin, but instead I called it pen, because the pen is mightier than the sword. Anyway, got this laid out. It's not exactly even, but there's room for expansion on either side. So let's go ahead up to, things are feeling a little jagged right now as far as frame rate, not sure why, but let's head on up to the Thaumic Moon up here. So you can see this has increased in complexity from where I left you off, and it's one of the reasons why I just threw away the rest of that footage, because these tubes are actually very difficult to work with. They're very finicky and to place. One tip I will give you is when you're using these valves, and I'll tell you their use in a minute, the way you're facing when you place them determines the way they face. You can't shift them afterwards with a wrench, at least not as far as I could tell. So they face you when you're placing them. So if you go up, they'll be pointing up, and if you go down, they'll be pointing down. That was something that took me a while to figure out. Oh, and I've got some stuff in here. I was actually getting ready to make some of these. Let's see, where are they? In the Alchemy, some Ethereal blooms. These are good against flux and taint, and that's what you need to make them. So I was trying to gather some taint essence, which is not easy to get, because I'm actually getting flux up here on my Thaumic Moon, and I don't know why. Talked a little bit about that last time. There is a, what's it called? There's a bad node down there, a sinister node in the wand recharging station. You can see it's creating a little eerie biome right there. I don't know if that's doing it, or there's a little eerie biome over there, or what. But this happened long before I released any flux using the Crucible, which I moved over to the side here because I'm making way for when we're going to do infusion, which may or may not happen this episode. But to make the next set of golems, I'm going to need 4 modus, 4 humanus, and 4 of something else. One of the things I got set up here is some jar labels. Let's make a whole stack of them. And if we put these on, we'll be able to see what's in these. This humanus, we're going to need that. Oh, spiritus, we're going to need that. We won't need the tree stuff, and there's nothing in there yet. These also, besides making it easy to see without your goggles of revealing like that, they also restrict the contents. And modus, we're going to need those of these jars so that they can only be these things. So these jars are now dedicated to these contents, which will also help with the whole delivering of the contents into them. So let's just put those away. I'm going to make a little space in my inventory right now, even though most of the stuff doesn't go here. I'm just going to do that for the moment, just to clear out. And then let's grab the files, and we're going to grab humanus. Now files can only grab quantities of 8 of this Essentia. Luckily, the golem recipe uses 4, and we're going to make 2 golems, so this is going to work out perfectly. But in other recipes, it may not work out so well. Originally, when I was setting this up last episode, I thought somehow I could feed the Crucible directly from these warded jars that are getting filled with the use of this alchemical furnace and the arcane alembic. But it didn't work out that way. There was no way that I knew to make these feed that automatically. I can only do it with the files. which still works out when things are in the multiples of 8. But the cruder way of just throwing the stuff in here creates a lot more flux. You have a lot more waste. And since I'm already getting some taint, I'm a little cautious of that. Anyway, let me see. To do this, we're going to make clay golems. We need 2 of those. So let's get ourselves positioned so we don't throw this stuff off the edge when we throw it in. And we're going to throw in that and the spiritus and the modus. And then we throw in 2 of these, and boom. We've got 2 clay golems, 2 little helpers. And the clay golems are part way up the chain of golem evolution. Starts with the straw golems, the wood golems, flesh golems, clay golems, tallow, stone, iron, and thaumium. So we're kind of halfway through them, and they basically get slower and tougher and can carry more, and their ability to self-repair goes down. So depends if you're using them to carry stuff, if you want to carry a lot, if you're using them to fight, if you want them to be small and swift, whatever. But we just did that. Now the next thing we're going to need is some more cores, and we're going to need to make another gather core and another harvest core. So we're going to need to do a little work in these. Oh, and in these, I've already got something set up. I might as well do it now. Set up to make a greatwood rod towards making a greatwood wand, because our iron-capped wooden wand is just needing to be recharged too many times. So I'm going to get 3 of those. I'm just going to make 3 while we're at it. And then in here, oh, and I'm set up one of the things I needed for the golem, the harvest golem. This one, let me see, harvest, which we're going to need to do this for to make the core for him, is if you give him an order upgrade, then he'll actually replant, which we're going to need them to do with the ender lilies. So this gets us the order upgrade, and then I had stacked it to make gold wand caps. Let's put that back in. Getting insufficient V all the time is why I needed to do this. Okay, so now I think, hopefully, we can go ahead and make these. Yep, and it's going to take a whole bunch of stuff. It says it has what it needs right now. Let's see how many we can make. Okay, that's out of V. And let's put that one in there. That's out of V. But we have 1 at least, and we'll do the rest later. And the big advantage of this upgraded wand is that if I put it in here, I don't have to worry about it draining the nodes and killing some of the aspects in it. It will not do that. I think it'll leave at least 1 of everything. So instead of going around and carefully looking at what's in here and manually doing it, I can just throw my wand in there at this point and know that everything's going to be all right. And it's got quite a ways to go, because this one holds a lot more than my cheapo wand. So I'm going to give it a moment, and when it's full, we shall continue. There it goes, just finishing up the last little bit. And we have a fully loaded gold cap greatwood wand. So we're moving on up in the Thaumcraft world. Now, what was it exactly I was going to do? Oh yeah, I need to make the some more golem cores, and those were nitor, I think, in the middle of some bricks. Let's see if I got that right. So let's put some nitor in and some bricks and throw the wand in. Yep. And let's just go ahead and make 3 of them, because we'll need them at some point. And okay, so now we have to upgrade those, right? And to do that, need to reference the Thaumonomicon again. So for gather is the easy one, I think. Throw it in there with some lucrum and some terra. Now there's no way for me to do that with multiples of 8 in the files without wasting some, creating some flux, unless I did 8 of them, I think, because that doesn't get close to any multiples of 8 until you get to 40, I believe. Yeah, so we're just going to have to be a bit wasteful. Let me see, do we have enough lucrum? Where is it? I know we had some. It's the grasping fisty one. There it goes. Okay, we got 16 of that. So we're just going to create a little flux. There's that. And the other one, so let's grab some Terra. And then while we're at this, let's get what we need for the other guy. Although we're not really going to have enough room here, are we? Well, I don't have enough room, so let's go make one golem at a time. So in here, we still got some boiling water. So we're going to throw in the file of Essentia for the lucrum. Did that go in? No, it didn't. Okay, let's get some better aim. The lucrum and the Terra, and then one of these. Okay, so we've got the gather core, and then now let's put together the other one. And maybe I can just put this book away in here, and let me throw these old ones in there, and then now we have a little bit more space. So we need, for this guy, for the harvest, yeah, the messis and the meto, messis and meto, or something like that. So let's go ahead and grab one of those and one of those. And again, there's going to be a little waste here. This is going to have to be, if we click with our wand, we release these, I think. Maybe shift, click, yep, and then there is our flux. Now if we've got a block, we can kill that flux with a block. Azo. That's a pretty crude way of doing it, but it works. Okay, and yeah, now we need some water. Grab a bucket. I gotta find a way of keeping a bucket there. Okay. A little water source. Fill it up, and eventually we'll have a golem do this, actually, so that will be my bucket. But here we go. We've got our messis and our mito. Throw one of those in. And we've got the harvest one. Now, let me look how you add the order upgrade. Do I just click on the golem to do that? So harvest golems fitted with this upgrade will now attempt to replant the crop they just harvested. So I think we're just going to click that onto the golem when we do it. So let's head on back into here and go upstairs and go get all our ender lilies and move them downstairs. And then our roof, which was running out of room for all this anyway, we'll have room for other things. So let me see. What can I ditch here? I'm getting so full. I can ditch that. And I can ditch that. And what else? Gosh, almost everything else on me I need. I can ditch the bucket. Okay, that should give me enough room. And also, to make this easier, let's turn on the coin of fortune so that everything will just go right towards me. And we can just gather all this dirt up too and harvest that way. Okay, there it is. We have our 45 ender lilies. Let's just send these back into the AE system. And then we can fix my little hole I made with that. Okay, and then back down to get the golems to do our work. Alright. Over to this little room that we're working on. So I think I have to plant it the first time. So let me go ahead and do that and join you back here. Okay, So here's our 45 ender lilies, all planted. And I need a chest for the gather golem. So just grab him an iron chest for now, which should be plenty for the moment. And let me see, the gather golem, I think his range is gonna be fine. It's the other one, the harvest golem. I think we're gonna have to give him a range upgrade. But let's see. Neither one of those are marked now, so we can just right click him onto the chest and put the, oops, what happened? Oh, that's inventory tweaks trying to help out, but not being very helpful. Okay, so now that is our gather golem, and anything within 16 blocks of him that gets dumped, like that torch right there. Oh, I can't dump anything with that on. Like that, hopefully he will figure out and put it in the chest. Thanks, dude. Now the other one we need, he does not need to be attached to an inventory, but yeah, we'll just, since this is the center, we'll put him here anyway, although they'll kind of fight over this spot. Yeah, let's put him there. Didn't need that, but now we need the harvest core. So you are a harvest golem, and now you're going to get your order upgrade. All right, that worked. So when these are ready in a week's game time, so it's going to be 7 Minecraft days, or 7 times 20, 140 minutes real time. When these are ready, hopefully he will harvest them, and he will replant them, and then this guy will pick up the leavings, the ender pearls, and throw it in here. And I'm going to need to make him an upgrade for that. I think the upgrade we're going to need for him is one of these. I think it's the spectacles. I think those give them the ability to see farther, increase their range. I'm not sure. I'm going to figure that out. I don't need to do it at this moment, I think. More perceptive, faster, or it might be the water upgrade. Let's look at that real quick. Allowing them to travel further afield to perform their tasks. Okay, so we just need to make one of these for him, water upgrade, and that should work. Hopefully they can get an order upgrade and a water upgrade. We shall see. So let me check how much time I've got left in the episode, and that will determine what we do next. See if I could sneak in a tiny bit more. Got this charged up, so now I can make those two. These, by the way, I think are the most powerful wand you can make without the infusion altar, which we'll have to get into in the next episode. So let's go somewhere real quick. Over in the Highland Peak base, grab my hang glider and head off over here, I think. Once this loads in, we've got some Taint over here. And I'm going to want to stop this because as I hang out at the Highland Peak base, the Wizard's Peak, this stuff is going to spread. Let's eat a little bit of food. Oh, I'm already being attacked, which is good. Killing stuff from the Taint biomes is how you get the Essentia for Taint. I forget the name of it. We'll see it when we get there. And these little Taint swarms come from these Taint spore swarmers. So right now, even though we're annoying, we like those because we get, for instance, this tainted goo. Now the reason who's killing me? Or who's attacking me? Who? Oh, okay, I was too slow. When you keep that stuff in your inventory, it gives you Taint. And that's the reason why I made the electric chest. And I'll show you in a second. As soon as we get another example. There we go. Let's get that Did we get anything from it? No. And I'm going to turn this back on too to make sure that everything we can get goes to us. So we're going to get another Taint Swarm in a minute. We could also attack one of these guys. Right there. And then we get anything from him? Or it? Yes, we did. So if you put stuff like this in a chest, it won't kind of dissolve and give you taint. And as far as I know, killing creatures from the taint biomes is the only way you can get taint stuff. Oh, look at that little baby one forming. Either the goo or the taint tendrils. So let's just take those for now, because I think we already had enough back there. I just wanted to show you how that get that stuff and how you keep it from infecting you. And then we will head back up to the Thaumic Moon and do the thing I'm trying to do. Okay, so we take our goo and very quickly we throw it in our alchemical furnace, and it's gonna get oh, you know what, I restarted the server and all the aspects, the Essentia that was in here, looks like it got lost. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, no, duh. I just don't have these on. No, there we are. Everything's good in the world again. So we've got all these Essentia in here. We want to get them in the jars. So let's pick this one for the one we're going to need right now. The Vitium is what we want. That's the Essentia for Taint. A nice little creepy looking purple thing. So the way to get that into this jar is all these valves right now are closed. We're just going to open this valve to this jar, and we're going to open this valve to this alembic. And you can see everything's freaking out right now with all this steam stuff, because that's open and nothing can go to it. But let's just open this up, and if all goes well, that will go into there. Now, why is it giving it? Oh, this one was open already. Okay, that's what happened. You got to be real careful about things being open and closed. So our limus went into there, and what about here? Let's open that up. We'll hopefully that will become. Let's close this. That's empty now anyway. Now, and let's open that and let that out into there. So it's a little tricky. You got to be opening, closing valves all the time. We will get golems to do this, but those golem cores need the infusion altar. So we'll get to that in another episode. But anyway, we've got all of that taint stuff went into there. I just got to make a habit of making sure I close these up when I'm done every time. Okay, and then let's just reference what we're going to need. So what we're making is these ethereal blooms. And we're going to need 8 for each of these. We're going to need 8 of those and all this other stuff. So I'm going to get all this other stuff, and we will make at least one of these. And I went ahead and collected Shimmerleaf already too, from magical biomes, the ones that come with Thaumcraft. So I've got 17 Shimmerleaf in here. Anyway, let me finish getting ready, and I'll be right back. And while I'm getting ready, I'll show you real quickly what this Essentia resonator is good for. I'm trying to get this herba to go into this jar right here. I got this open, and I got this open, and it's not working. So I can right click on here, and it says suction 58 lucrum. And I go, oh, I left the lucrum jar open, which is right here. Close that. Oops. Let me see. Let's use something like the bow. There we go. Close that. And now that that is closed, hopefully this should work. Or maybe not. Why aren't you going? Oh, now it's the limus. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I left that one open too. Okay, now hopefully I got it right. And see, that was just me carelessly leaving stuff open. Only the one you want to receive and the one you want to give can be open. And now we're getting the herba in here. So this is good for troubleshooting like that. It tells you what's in the pipes and why it's not working. Almost there. Melted down some health potions to get the Sano and got some Procantio from it too, the magic. We just need a little bit more magic. So I'm going to melt down these ender pearls to get it, and then we'll be in business. Okay, I think we got everything we need. We're going to try to make 2 of those, what are they called? Ethereal blooms. So for that, we need 8 vidium and then 16 of each of these. So we're going to need 16 and 32. So we'll see if we can get those all into the files, which I guess I've put away. Okay, get the files, and then let's get some of the rest of the stuff out of our inventory so we have some room and grab it. So there's our Procantio. We're going to need to grab all of those. And then we're going to need to grab all this Sano. And what else was there? Yeah, this, we'll need all of those. And then we'll need 16 of the nasty stuff. 1, 2. Okay, and 2 of the Shimmerleaf. And I think we should be in business. We got our Crucible with all that stuff in it, so here goes nothing. Oops, I always forget. I gotta turn that off or it won't let me throw anything away. Okay, so get about there. Okay, I heard that go in. Just gotta toss everything real fast because things can degrade if you take too long. Alright, I got one of them. Where's the other? What am I missing? Oh, I don't have enough of this. Ah. Oh well. It's getting wasted. Things are breaking down. I guess I took too long. Well, I got 1 Shimmerleaf at least. That's going to be quite a mighty amount of flux. I guess I needed to be even quicker. Oh well. Let that be for now. And so I bet these need to be planted on dirt. Yeah, so I've got some dirt on me for that reason. Let's put this right here. Grab the dirt. The lag. Plant our ethereal bloom. First one. Ooh, and that's pretty. And then we will see if that helps this taint, keeps this taint from happening. You can see it spreading all down the side of my Thaumic moon here. So hopefully this will make us proof against it. I wonder if I can pick this up again or what. I don't know. But that's that. That's most of what I wanted to do in this episode. So yeah, we've got our ethereal bloom. And we've got these golems down here harvesting the essence berries and the ender lilies. I'm sure the ender lilies aren't ready yet. Let's see, in the course of this episode, I've gotten 65 of the essence berries. So that's pretty good. And in here, let's look at what's happening. And I looked it up, and I can't give clay golems more than 1 upgrade. So if my harvest guy can't see everybody, I'm gonna have to do it another way. I might be able to give him the spectacles. Anyway, I'll work that out between episodes. But this is Monkeypuzzle and my golem buddies. And by the way, I've reached 100,000 views on my channel. That is remarkable. People have clicked on the videos 100,000 times to watch them. I'm extremely grateful for that. I want to say thank you for that. And the amount of subscribers has been increasing tremendously as well in the meantime. Ooh, what a mess. Anyway, thank you to everybody who watched today. And thank you to everybody who ever watched anything on my channel to amount to that many times. It's amazing. Anyway, Monkeypuzzle still, and I'm signing out again. Bye bye. It may have happened while I was talking to you. I didn't even notice it, but the taint right here is gone. Let's see what happens to this over time. Up. I saw one disappear.